talking about these issues in a positive, affirming way. We need to stop worshiping heteronormality. We need to stop worshiping family, the nuclear family, the one man, one woman concept. Because the only reason churches worship this is because of male privilege and heteronormative privilege. Because if churches 100% started to get rid of the idea that marriage is between one man and one woman, and instead say marriage is between two consenting adults who are compatible, want the same things, and are moving together as a team. That's the kind of marriage people should be supporting and holding up as a healthy demonstration of adult relationships. We need to stop worshiping the idea that romantic relationships are the most important relationship you'll ever have. We need to start talking as much about friendships and self-love as we do marriage. We need to start balancing classes and the types of activities married people can join in a church, and balance it with single classes, college classes, young people classes, groups of people classes that don't fit heteronormative groups. But unfortunately, the churches I've gone to in 4 different denominations offer little to no events and classes after the age of 22 unless you're married. We don't talk about people who don't fit heteronormative expectations. We don't shepherd and we don't get behind people who choose to be child-free, man-free, or marriage-free. We don't support, we don't equally praise married people and single people like we should, because church isn't for single people. And if you found a church where that is completely untrue, you're lucky. But I've been to so many denominations and churches in various states. There is almost nothing for people who are no longer in college but haven't been married. Single people, 23 to 40, if you're not married and you're not a missionary, there's really nothing in churches for you. Because churches assume that once you hit mid-20s, you're married. The problem is half of people in most countries are no longer married or having kids. People don't get married until 27 to 29. Depending on gender, race, and background. And they're losing people in the cracks, but they're not moving forward into addressing the problem. I stopped going to church because it's not the kind of environment for me. There's no gray. It's all black and white. And it's not a very healthy place for women. So in our society, we need to start moving forward, secular and religious groups. We need to start moving forward into more inclusion. You don't have to support it, but you do need to understand it. And if you don't support people, say nothing. I do hope that the next few generations, the majority of people in society are allies and friendly to people who aren't married or just don't fit the heteronormative trap. And when I mean trap, I mean in church, they want you to look a certain way. You have to have the certain status that they want you to have. And if you're child-free and you're a woman at 35, you're not going to receive the welcome, and they're not going to use your talents. And there's not going to be a place for you like if you were a married woman with a child. because church is all about family. And when you don't have a traditional family or any family, you don't fit in well. You're basically you're basically a color M&M, like a white colored M&M in a package of black M&Ms. You don't fit in. And there's really nothing there that's going to make you fit in. Because Baptist churches, they don't know what to do with you if you're not married over 25. The only thing they can do with you is get you volunteering or becoming a missionary. There's really nowhere else to go except out the door, and a lot of people are doing that. And I think it's a good thing that people are leaving, because if a church doesn't serve you, doesn't offer you a safe place, and treats you like a second-class citizen, I'm glad people are leaving. And some denominations are moving toward being more welcoming, but it's not the status quo. You go to the most conservative Christian churches, you better be straight, and white people probably will be in positions of authority. Women, you got to be a teacher or a volunteer. Gay people, you'll be lucky if they let you take the Lord's Supper. So at the end of the day, we definitely need to educate people. And the only way we're going to be able to educate people is to elect the people that will create laws and protections and safe places to bring by people into equality with other types of people. And if our government isn't doing it with trans people, they're not doing it for bi people. Because when one group of society is being oppressed and invalidated, we're all on the way to being invalidated. So we need to start electing people that have a track record of proof that they see people as equal, that everybody has something valuable enough to bring to the table, that we can all work together, regardless of race, gender, orientation, or political affiliations. But the conservative parts of Christianity won't move forward, because then they would be losing their privilege. If they acknowledge the problem and fix the problem, they won't have Christian privilege anymore. Because you only have privilege if you discriminate against people and keep them from having equality.